Introducing the all-new Corolla.
The ORDOT dump stopped accepting waste more than 2 years ago, on September 1st, 2011. But it wasn't until last November that the federal receiver, GBB, formally awarded Black Construction the contract to cap and seal the dump site. They've budgeted $49 million to do the job. GBB's Chris Lund spoke to the Guam chapter of the Society of American Military Engineers last week, providing an overview of the project that is about to get underway.
What is the closure? You know, it's a system designed and constructed to cease discharges. It's a system to manage and control the leachate discharges, the gas, and then of course stormwater management when we get the cover on.
The process involves placing a cover over the dump, building a system to collect and carry off the leachate, that polluted liquid runoff from the dump that's been fouling the Longfit River, as well as constructing a gas collection system that will burn off the methane gas leaking into the atmosphere.
Cross-section of what that liner will, or that cover will look like on the slope. Starting from the bottom, of course, you got the waste. We've got about a foot of foundation layer, which is going to be made out of our coralline limestone material that we have on site. And then on top of that, holding this down and keeping it in place and protecting it is a geocell that's backfilled with our local limestone we have on site. And then moving on, we've got the leachate collection system and removal system. It's not just collection, but it's also removal. The removal part of the system is once we get it down to the southern side of the site, collected into our sump and our tanks. We've got storage tanks down there. It's pumped or conveyed by force main to the gate, and then in a force main and combination gravity system to a pump station that we will have built near Augusta Johnston Middle School.
It's the culmination of a process that began in August of 2002 when the U.S. EPA filed a lawsuit against Gov Guam alleging violations of the Clean Water Act. The goal of that lawsuit was to stop the pollution of the Longfit River and clean up the mess left behind in ORDOT.
Just the fact that it is leachate and it's uncontrolled is a violation, and it needs to be controlled. That's the bottom line. Without question, the leachate needs to be controlled. You can't have leachate uncontrolled into the environment, regardless.
After you're done, will it stop?
It'll be controlled, absolutely.
What does that mean? Controlled?
We'll have a system to collect it with the cover system, with the pipes, and sending it to the treatment plant and getting treated.
Even after the system for collection and capping are in place, the contract calls for 30 years of monitoring to ensure the job is done. Why is 30 years necessary?
It's a regulatory requirement. That's a typical post-closure period. Now, can an entity, if they show that contamination is no longer there, the groundwater is clean, there's no more gas, it's a case-by-case basis. You could petition for a shorter period if you show that you have, you know, cleaned up the site and there's no longer poses a risk.
Kevin Kerrigan, PNC News.